Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be another makeup disappointments video. You guys love these. You love the tea, you love the savagery, and I also realize that every single time I sit down to film one of these videos, I'm always wearing super grungy makeup. Like, it's a very dark and serious topic for me. Before I begin, I have to give, the usual disclaimer. No, this does not mean I hate these brands. Also, please do not get offended if I dislike one of your favorite products. This is just my opinion. It's just makeup. It's really not that deep. Let's please not fight, and if we can all agree on that, then we can go ahead and proceed and let the savagery begin. Starting off, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Volume mascara, and I laugh because it doesn't give me volume. I have to apply 6 layers of this in order to get an adequate normal amount that I would want from a normal good mascara. Even looking at the wand, there's absolutely no product on here. Like, yes, it's black, but I can't see anything on here. It just can't build upon itself. So for me, that's a pass. I don't want to take 20 minutes applying mascara. Then we have the Pretty Vulgar liquid lipstick. I actually got this from a BoxyCharm. Funny thing is, it doesn't dry down, which is not an issue to me at all, but it is very heavy on the lips, and I find that it creates, these little lipstick pillars as I talk. Those are the best. And then it just kind of goops up in the corners of my mouth, so pass. Next is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, and this actually feels and looks very smoothing on the skin, but my issue with it is that it leaves a very strong white cast, and I found that this only agrees with like 50% of my makeup, so will actually pick up some of my foundation and concealer, make it look all splotchy. And personally, when my makeup routine takes an hour and a half, I don't really want to play makeup roulette. This next product is actually super popular and super raved about, so I could be totally alone in my opinion. I'm very confused on how people like this and how they make it work, but to each their own. This is the Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer. They have an incredibly beautiful shade range. They're glossy, they're super pigmented, but to me, these remind me so much of the Too Faced Melted Latex Liquefied High Shine lipsticks, which I feel like nobody likes. The only difference with the two formulas I find is that this feels a little bit less sticky and it's more liquidy in texture, but the effects that they give me and how they perform on the lips are identical. This is so extremely thick and goopy on my lips. I cannot go 2 seconds without getting it all in my teeth, getting massive lipstick pillars every time I move my lips, and it goops up in the inner corners, and I just don't want to go about my day constantly having to worry about that. Another mascara, this is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Jumbo Lash Mascara, and I actually have to read a list to you guys on my phone because it was so bad and there were so many things wrong with it that I had to write everything down in order to remember it all. So first issue, it transfers and smudges all over your skin throughout the day even though it's already dried. It has a super liquidy, thin, wet formula to it, so it's really difficult to build on itself. In fact, you can't. You can't. And the wand is so fat that it's impossible to get a clean, precise application. You really can't like get into the inner corners of your eye or get your lower lash line. And I've dealt with plenty of fat wands before, but this shape is very oval-like. So because of that roundness of the wand, it's just really difficult to do anything. And to top it all off, I just happened to be crying the day that I was testing this. No, not because I was so upset it was bad mascara, but that could have been a factor. Once I began to cry, it began to viciously burn my eyes, therefore making me cry even more. I also have a couple of eyeshadow palettes to share with you guys, and strangely enough, these were all given very positive feedback, so I don't know if it's just me or what, but I'm going to share my thoughts anyway. So this is the BH Cosmetics Shaniqso The Remix palette and the Balms Nude Beach palette, and I'm kind of grouping these together because I had pretty much the same exact issue with these two. First of all, before I even started start. Please don't take this as any hate towards Shannon whatsoever. I love her. I think she did a great job with the color scheme in this palette. She totally killed it. And like I said, I've heard nothing but good things about this palette. For me personally, I've just never been a fan of BH Cosmetics shadows in general. I just decided to pick this up even though I've tried so many already because of all the good things I've heard. The only one that I haven't been disappointed by is their Foil Eyes palette. It's like an all shimmer rainbow palette. With both of these, I attempted to do a really simple smoky eye that should have taken 5 to 10 minutes, and I was stuck trying to create a blended out perfect eye look for 45. I just cannot get these to work. I would apply the shadow on my lid and it was just very underwhelming, the pigment, and I would try to blend it out and the color would just completely wash away. The blend looked extremely patchy, and with the Nude Beach palette, the shimmers in here I would not even qualify as shimmers, not even as satins. And I used MAC Fix Plus, and within 2 hours, my eye look was already 50% gone. So again, this is nothing against Shannon. I've just personally never really had luck with BH palettes. And as for the balm, I love this brand, but I just feel like their eyeshadow formula is not up to par to what is on the market now. I just feel like with this oversaturation of products and brands on the market, I've really gotten picky with the formulas that I love and recommend, and to me these just simply don't meet my standard, and I would rather you guys spend your money on something that's worth it. Even though these are more on the affordable side, I would just grab for a ColourPop palette if you're looking for something good and affordable. I have another YouTuber collab palette, and this just pains me to say because again, I love these girls, and again, I've heard nothing but good things. This is the Ciate Pretty Fun and Fearless palette in collaboration with Chloe Morello. I love the color scheme in here. I really don't have another palette that looks like this in my collection. I think she killed it with all these beautiful like wearable shades and then so many pretty mauves in here as well. The average more normal shades, for example, like these two in the palette, apply beautifully just how I would want, but I find that once you start dipping into the more deep colors and then the colors with a little bit more color to them, when you first apply them to the lid, it's like bang pigment. They look great, totally normal, and then I would start to blend it out and the color just gone. It didn't matter how many times I'd pack on the shade, it would just fade away right when I would try to blend it, and these didn't last on the eyes very long at all. And the shimmers look like they're gonna be really beautiful, but I picked up this one, for example, and it straight up looked like a concealer that I just applied on my lid. Even MAC Fix Plus really didn't help. And what's so weird is that I'm actually in love with her Volume 2 palette. I would highly recommend it. The shades are beautiful. You have a great selection of colors. The pigment is there, the blendability is there, but this just does not have the same formula as that one. I really couldn't get this to work. Then we have the Wet n Wild Color Icon Baked Blushes, and when I first did my review on these, I got quite a negative response from you guys. A lot of you were quite hurt that I did not love these as much as you, and I am so sorry. But I hate these. Here's the thing. First things first. There is no pigment in these blushes whatsoever, and that is like the whole point of a blush, to add a flush to your face to make you look, you know, more rosy, more youthful. So then I got comments of people saying, oh, well, you could use it as a blush topper. But no, because this brought out texture in my face that I didn't even know I had. This brought out so many pores and bumps, it looked horrendous. And I also got comments about people saying, oh, well, you can use it as a highlighter, which is also the same reason I would not use it as a highlighter. I prefer to not have my cheekbones look like the Rocky Mountains. I think it's too much to be a blush and too subtle to be a highlighter because I really like glowy, intense highlighters. So for me, I just can't find a use for this. And it's not that I'm afraid of glowy blushes either. I actually prefer them. I have so many in my collection, but this formula is horrible. I know people get hurt when people don't like the same things as them. I get it. I see, you know, makeup disappointments video where I absolutely love a product that they're talking about, and I'm like, what do you mean? But it's just makeup, please. Please don't come for me, but I really hate this. Please don't come for me. It's just my honest truth. And I'm never gonna recommend something to you guys that I hate, even if other people love it. I'm not gonna do it. have two liquid lipstick formulas to share with you guys that you should never ever purchase. The LA Splash Lip Couture Waterproof Liquid Lipstick and the BH Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick formulas. Make my lips look like the scene from The Lion King when Scar and all the hyenas have taken over and the Pride Lands are no longer prideful.
It's awful, isn't it?
These are so heavy and so dry, and I don't have lip fillers, and I don't need something making these look worse than they should be. And the last two products are from Wet n Wild. I'm so sorry, Wet n Wild. I actually love you the most. One of the best drugstore brands. I've just kind of been testing their products in bulk lately, and their Flights of Fancy collection I just had a very like 50-50 experience with. So this is the Photo Focus Primer Water Spray. I don't like this for two reasons. One, I know the spritzer is very 50-50 for people. Some get a very pleasant experience with this and get a very nice fine mist. How fast does a fire hose shoot out?
Here's what I found on the web for how fast does a fire hose shoot out.
30 to 80 miles per hour. And others, such as myself, get 3 fire hoses catapulting at their face at a speed of about 50 miles per hour, but the rest is a really fine mist. And second, I find that the product really doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't give me a smoother, more hydrated base. In fact, it actually disrupts my foundation, makes it look more like makeup. And then the last one is their Color Icon Lip Gloss. I actually love this formula. It's very unique. It's very watery, comfortable, and gel-like on the lips. It's not sticky at all. It's just this shade in particular that's not my favorite. It's the shade Shut the Pluck Up. These lip glosses have a medium pigmentation to them, so if you're going to be picking up a shade this deep and bold, you need it to be full coverage. Otherwise, it's going to be patchy and not look so hot on the lips, which happened. So those are all of my makeup disappointments as of late. There will be an updated video in a couple months as I discover new products and discover new product fails. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping this could be some fun, lighthearted entertainment for you guys. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you might want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so much. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!